Hey everyone, Michael here. Today I want to talk about a better way to send payloads to your PS4. Now, over the last couple of videos where we've been doing things like such as installing Gentoo or installing Arch Linux, we've been sending the payload via the PC. Now, I knew that there was another method and I was waiting until it got a little bit stable, and I think now we're at the point where we can go ahead and use this. So there is a homebrew application that will allow you to run payloads directly off the PS4 itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at that and let's see how we can get started. Okay, so back over to the GitHub repo that I've been working out of, I added a couple of different folders. So I added a folder here that contains all of the 9.00 payloads, as well as I added in this PKGS folder, which has the payload guest homebrew application. Now, it looks a little weird, and that's because GitHub has a limit of only 25 megabytes per file. So I used 7-zip in order to extract those into two pieces where GitHub would allow me to store it. But don't worry, all you have to do is go to 7zip.org, click on the download link for whatever version of Windows that you're using, and then you'll be able to extract them with no problem whatsoever. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to copy this entire folder, which is 900 payloads, over to your USB. So let's just go ahead and grab that, and we're just going to paste these kind of as we go right now. And that is now complete. And then we're going to go over to the PKGS. Let's take this very first one here, and we're just going to go extract here. Now, it'll automatically piece these two files back together, and you should just have one package. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to head back over into my E drive, and now I'm going to paste that package in here. And that's absolutely it. If you want to copy over the payloads for Linux, those were simply located in the Linux loader. So you can go ahead and select whichever version you would like for the Linux loader. And don't forget to grab the mirror. And so now that you've got those, you can just simply copy them, and you can head back over into your USB drive and then go into payloads, and you could simply just drop those here. Okay, so now we have all of the payloads. They're copied to our USB flash drive. I'm going to safely eject that disk, and I'm going to put that over into my PlayStation 4. Okay, so I've inserted my USB stick into my PlayStation 4. One app you are going to need to get that is included in that packages file on GitHub is going to be PS4 Explorer. So this is an app we're going to use to copy our payload files in just a moment over to our actual PlayStation's system memory. So first off, let's go ahead and let's install the package. Let's go into Goldhand and let's go to Package Installer. And we are going to install this one right here. And this is just called Payload Guest. So go ahead and hit the X button on that. And it should not take very long, and it'll finally be complete. Okay, so it says it is ready to use. Let's go ahead, and we can see right there is Payload Guest. Now, before we run this application, let's go ahead and let's go back into PS4 Explorer. And here we go. Okay, and so once that loads, we need to copy the files off of our USB stick first. So simply use the directional pad and go right, and then head back to where it says USB 0. We're going to hit the triangle button here, and we're just going to simply go copy. Okay, and now hit the circle button 2 times, and we should go down into the folder on our PS4's hard disk drive to data. And then I'm just going to simply go down here, and we're just going to hit the triangle button again, and we're just going to go paste. Okay, so now that we hit paste, here is all of our 9.00 payloads. So this is the payload that's obviously used for Linux. Here is the Mira loader itself, and there's additional payloads that we can use, including things like FTP and disabling updates, etc. And one of the things that we are going to need to do is that the application does require this to be in just payloads. So I'm going to rename this folder, and instead of it being 900 payloads, it's just going to be payloads. And then we're just going to hit done there. Okay, and so now we should have all of our payloads ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit the home button here, and let's go into the payload guest. And you should be able to see where it says /data/payloads. That is the payloads that is now on the internal disk. So you no longer need to have your USB drive attached or to even use the payload sender application that we were using before. Now, if we want to run one of these, then we easily can. So for example, let's go back and use the one that was on disable updates. So we can hit X on this. We should see that the payload was received. And then again, disabled updates. So this is basically a way that you can run payloads without having to necessarily find a host or to send it through some sort of payload sender application. And keep in mind that this is the same exact disable updates that you'll find over on your web browser with different sort of host. So if we come back over here into our web browser and let's just load up our default host, which is caro218.ir, and we see this one right here that says disable updates. It's the exact same payload as the one that we just copied to our internal system memory. Okay, so I hope that helps. And by the way, I just saw Caro now has the Golden version 2B2. I just released a video on that, so check it out. So I hope this helps you install different payloads. I see this being very useful with the Linux payloads, and heck, maybe even some of the payloads that's listed right here on this page. You know, at any point the host can go down or some other problems can arise. And well, at least if you are running this application on your PS4, you'll be able to inject any payload at any time. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Michael out.